So let me show you a tutorial for making this bag. Our bag is in the process of making it. We need to get our own scissors and a lighter. This is what we will use, all the smaller accessories. Well, these small accessories are all face. The exact same too. This is our needle and thread. This bottom is one. Then there are two more of the same. This adjustable shoulder strap. And then there's one of our liners, hung. And the same to front and rear materials. These two are exactly the same. And what about us little things? When we are not using it, we all have little Ziploc bags. Then we put it in the small bag first. Let's compare what we received first. Is everything in the material package exactly the same? These two small clips in the material pack. It's us who saw us at the end. On this hemming strip. What we need. Next, let's put these first small pieces sewn onto our blockbuster. Everybody take a look. This is what the other side looked like when I finished sewing. And I'm going to tell you about it. This too, its position is fixed. Because there are 26 holes on it. There are 7 holes in the horizontal row above. This one has 6 holes in the horizontal row, so the positions of the two of them are fixed. Well, the two of them can't be sewn interchangeably, must be in a fixed location. If you don't know which one is its fixed position, but we can count the holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here are 7. Everyone can follow me. Video playback direction and position. And let's see. This is sewn here. Then we take out our thread first. What about one of our threads for sewing this circle? It's our hand. It's our portable. One of them is twice as long. That's the line we're going to use, and our hand is the same length. And then thread the needle. After going through, we pinch a little bit, then go through. Form such a knot. We pull the short line down. Pull the main line again, same thing on the other side. It's just a thread, we need a needle at each end. When we sew any other position, it's basically a thread. Then a needle at the end. Let's sew from this vertical position first. Can we take a look? Here are 2 holes. We put a needle in a hole. Then let it go together. We hold 2 needles and pull it. So at this time we are here. The 2 lines are the same length. We pay attention when sewing in any position. Make sure the 2 lines are the same length. It's the same length as the upper and lower lines. Together, at the same time these 2 threads go into the head we are sewing. And we're going to put this laptop underneath. Everybody take a look. This is what it looks like. Put it under. Continue to sew down. When sewing the 3rd hole, it needs to be aligned with this hole at the top of our hand. It's just a top-down pair. This time, the fabric of this portable is thicker. Then this one is thinner. It is now 0 floors it belongs to. Then we're going to tighten this thread a little bit. Alternate upper and lower lines. When we sew to the hole on it now, we want to align with the holes in our circle. Let's sew the bottom thread to the top first. Now put all the needles and threads. Put it on our side. That's where we can see it. Then when this is worn down, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th hole. Then put it on him. At this time, our little one. The material is not exactly aligned with it yet, so it's always a little twisted. It doesn't matter, we're here. A few more stitches. Just fix its line position. This thread must be tightened. This is the threading of the previous needle and the next needle. And then we'll also the circle ourselves. When we sew to this position, continue watching our video tutorial and let's see how we can do that. Handle our line tail. We are on the last hole. Complete the last alternate. And we give him 3 stitches back. After 3 stitches, we put all the lines in the back of our material. Then when we cut the thread, do not cut against the base of the neck, then leave a little. Use our lighter. Give it. Suck it and flatten it quickly. Okay, we're done sewing this side. And then when we sew the other side, to match our ring, we add this hardware accessory. At this time the thread just cut is a little bit, so we don't have to disconnect. This is relatively simple. Pass it through. Then remove this first. There are 2 holes in the back. Align them. Go through this thread, let's not pull it all over. Slowly go through the middle of the line. So our line is stuck. Our little one is on. And then we would go back and forth. Wear it a few more times. We go over here, needle up. Go through here. Our needle is down. Probably 4 times we wear it this way. And then we line the needle this way. Through the thread we just wore. After a coil is formed here, let's put the needle through again. Repeat again. Then disconnect. We're going to cut off a little bit of this long one. Okay, we're fixed. And then we're going to tidy it up. Just sort this out. So this little circle, the line quantity is still ours, a double length thread in hand. After we finish this line, put it aside. Let's install this hardware on it first. We hold it like this with our thumbs. It's like we're wearing that belt. Put it in. Stuck in this position. And we can see in the back there are 2 holes. It aligns with the 2 holes between us, because there are 6 holes above us. Then pass it through this position first. A needle. We correspond to a hole at the back. Or pull this wire at the same time. Let's sew him up first. It's the needle at the back of us. Wear anyone to the front. Then aim at our position. First put the thread at the back of us through it to the back. Wear it on top of this material on the corresponding hole. 123 the third one, 123. Then we put it on the front for him. At this point, we have to pull this wire hard. This sewing method is the same as we sew this circle. Alternate the upper and lower lines. And I am not going to do that one by one. Let's all sew it ourselves, or sew it to our position. Then we give it 3 stitches back. Break the wire on the inside. After we sew this side, we're going to stroke this shoulder strap, because you can't let it twist. After it is straightened at this position, we pass it through. There are 3 holes on this one. We can do it according to our adjust its hole spacing for height. And then after we both sew, we're going to put the bottom in the middle. Connect it like this. Sew to this position. Sew this thread and this thread. This side is what it looks like after sewing. Then we also. What about this line measure? It's our main ingredient. It's about 3 times as wide. Just measure 3 times. 123 is fine. Then when we sew this, it's also a needle and a hole. On the edge, these 2 holes go through together. Or pull our 2 needles at the same time. Make these 2 lines the same length. After pulling, we take the needle on the edge. Can you see it? We take. Then wrap this thread round to the bottom. Wear it again. Lock it like this, lock this side. Okay, then we'll give it another shot. Just wear it with 1 needle. When we sew to this end, it is also the same as the locking needle we just put on here. Let's take a look. The line is locked here. It's locked here too. When we also threading off the previous needle and the next there needle. Is also a lock at this end. After 1 stitch, sew back 3 stitches. Break the wire on the inside. Well, this is not a needle by needle demonstration. This is also very simple. If you sew to the end, I don't understand what this lock needle says. Let's sew until the end and take a look at this tutorial. I'll show you again. When this is sewn to this position, we still pick up a line. Then go round under this. So this forms a knot. Lock it here. And then we sew it back. Three stitches back. Put all the needles and threads on the back. Okay, we're done sewing this bottom. Then we close the bag like this. Even these 2 sets should be sewn on it. We sew this side. One of its thread quantities is this tall one is 3 times longer. My line has been disconnected. Then we still go. Sew down from the top. The 2 holes above, a needle in a hole. Pull both needles up at the same time. Then we put the top line. A needle in hand. Go round our very top. In the first place, thread the needle again from under this. Let's lock it down. Continue to sew down needle by needle. We still have this width. Although this line, we can't see. But my proposition is still the same of the previous stitch and the next stitch. Because what about the thread that we sew from one needle to the next? It's more even. Then we turn the bag over again. What about this line? It is also a relatively uniform line. It's not like that. There are some. One thread goes to the end first, and then another thread goes to the end. After turning it over like that, when we turn this position over, it feels potholed. So my proposition is still 1 stitch at a time. Let's all sew it ourselves. Then deal with it when sewing to the bottom. The way we sew this bottom is the same. Just go round like this. Go round like we are here. 3 stitches back, then disconnect, and I'm not going to show you that. We can sew it ourselves, very simple. It's sewn on both sides. We're going to pinch this bottom. I've finished sewing this side. Then we sew this. Just pinch this bottom. What about this little piece of it? It's twice as tall as ours. When sewing this place, there's one thing we need to be aware of. I'll nest this back first. It's still from these 2 holes on the side. We are the first in this position. The hole is aligned with the first hole here. Go through. At the same time, the 2 needles go through the 2 holes on the edge. Then pull the wire together. After pulling the wire, what about this line on our edge? We're going round it from the side. Put it on again. Then we must tighten this side. Pull hard. Wear it again from this side. And then we wrap it up. It's still the opposite seam of the previous stitch and the next stitch. This little bit. Well, this little bit here. Skill now. There's nothing special to note. Then this hole after we sew. You can see we have a rip here. What about the thread below us? It's worn. When should I put it on from this position? Go through this side of it. It's our needle that has to go up diagonally and go through it. Then this hole. You should also come up from under the diagonal hair. Let's break this position for him like this. Leveling. Okay, pull this wire hard. Because this position is relatively high, if you don't pull the wire hard, it will be very loose. Then when you sew it here, let's go round from the side. You have to tighten it. Then go round from above. Then give him some more stitches. Disconnect. Okay, our bag. Everything to be sewn in this is done. Then you have to turn it over. When it is turned over, we must not rub it vigorously. We're going to be lighter. Put this corner first. I push it in. We go through this crease, and we sort of flick it out. Then put the other side. Or we push it out. This corner, this position, we must push it out with your thumb. Then give it a stroke. What about this line on the side? We will also stroke it in this position. Pinch it like this. You see, we sew it needle by needle. It's really straight after we turn it over. Also very straight. And what about the corner on the other side? We're also like just now. Push it out corner by corner. After the top, we stitch it according to this thread. Here too. Same, okay. What about after we roughly sew this? We're going to put our liner in it. Because what about this side of it? It's all the same. So our lining. It's got this little hanging pocket. Well, it doesn't matter which direction you put it in. You put it in. Then take out our back strip. Is this an effect we finished sewing? Although we have two back strips, but this side. We have a connector on this side. So it doesn't look good either. Let's break first. Before we sew this back. Let's fix these sides to it first. Let's break the line a little bit first. And then put on a needle. The other side is also, our line is. Our masks are twice as long. Just a little more. You can look at this position. It is thicker. We pinch it. From this center of the innermost. This center we go through. Then wear it to the center of this position. Okay, let's pull this thread into the middle of it. That is, let these two lines. Let up and down the line is as long. Put a hole on here. Then put a hole on here too. Let's not wear it back. Because of our location, if you want a bag, we have this back strip. If we stick too many needles in one position, when we finally sew the back strips, we will. Very, very hard. The needle is not easy to pass. Here we are in the perforated position on the side. We lock it hard. That's what we sew this needle into this hole on this side. Well, this is the first one. The second one, we sew it twice in this position. Let this line. Our main purpose is to. This position flattens it a bit. So let me show you again. Our line. You return it first. That's what it goes through the center. Through the center. We go through a hole in the side. Then pull the wire hard. Let's sew to the second hole on the side. Sew to the third hole on the side. We'll sew him back. Sew to the second hole. The third hole. Okay, so then we cut the cord. Then we come again. Just a little bit of string. Even the side next to it is also used. Fix it the same way first. Or do we open? We put this inner port and this position inside. Press like this. Then put your thread through the middle and then again. The needle is missing. Split this side as well. Then put our needle. Also through its center. Align them both. Press horizontally. Put the thread on one side and we go through the second hole here. Then go through to the third hole. This is the second one, the third one, the fourth one. My current location in the center is called. This is the first hole, second one, the third one, the fourth one. I'll put it back on for him. Right here. This thread must be tightened. Here too. Second one, the third one. The fourth one will be worn again. Then disconnect. Don't break the line too short. We'll cut this thread short later. Then tuck it into our hemming. Okay, after the two sides are fixed, we will sew better. One of the threads we sew this circle with, it's 6 times as wide as ours. This thread is longer. When we sew, be sure to pay attention to which wire you are pulling. Don't wrap the thread together. 1 2 3 4 5 6 this. It doesn't matter if you want to measure more. Be sure to measure more. If the quantity is small, we may be prone to white sewing if we are so long. Then we find either side of us. We take either side of us. Then face up here. The two of them must move in parallel. Position in this. Use our clips to fix it first. Same thing on the other side. Then break our good line. We're going to straighten it out. We started threading the needle. Let's start threading. What about us? When I recorded, outside here. It may be inconvenient for everyone to see the hole. Let's go to the inside. We were in this position just now. This is from the first hole. From this gap, this position, the first hole we counted, then the second one, the third one, the fourth one, we still wear it from the first one. You must pull our line. The length of the upper and lower lines is the same. You can't have one long and one short. Then when we sew the second hole, straighten the thread first. Put our back strip in. Be sure to pinch the thread. Make sure that the length of these two lines is the same. Okay. After locking our back strip, we start to sew further down. The thread must be tightened. This is 4 holes. That is, when we pierce each hole, it corresponds to 4 holes. We can slow down. Just look for this hole layer by layer. The whole bag is with us. When sewing the final hemming, the first few stitches will be a little more troublesome. While nowhere else is it more complicated. The sewing process and the more troublesome points. Dig a few lines for us. After we sew the position of this rib, the rest of the place is particularly easy to sew. We can have 2 frames. Okay, just go through a needle. Then don't pull the wire first. Go through it again, 1 stitch. We pull the strings again. It will be faster. Then the thread is also straight when sewn out. Sew a second one. Let's all sew this up by ourselves. I will not demonstrate this position 1 needle at a time. Then when we sew to this side, how to add another hemming strip when. Then we continue to watch this tutorial. When we sew this position, sometimes you will feel that its hole is wrong. It's this floor and the inside. The hole in the first layer is wrong. That might have been when we were sewing. When we first sewed the front. When we thread the needle is diagonal. It is easy to bias our hole to it. So we try to thread the needle vertically. It's just that we look for it layer by layer. Our line is vertical. Then you will find all its holes on your 4 layers. All at one point. That is, we have other models before. The customer will sew when sewing. Give us feedback on this question. That's why this hole is sewn. It's biased. That could be us. It's like the way I just said. If we wear 2 stitches. Let me show you. That's how we put 2 stitches on. After this needle is passed. Does the hole next to it feel like it is aligned? Then when we might wear it. If our needle is crooked, you can take a look. There will be a small curvature here. And then we pull over. It will be invisible with a little hole in it. But we keep sewing like this. We keep sewing like this. Sewing 5 or 6 stitches. We'll feel this when we get it right again. Kang Mingming can go straight through here. But I can't get through it anymore. Pull it up and look at the hole below. The distance between them seems to be much different. That could be us in the process of sewing. This is the needle that is curved. Then not. This is the needle that goes in diagonally. Little by little, we deviated the hole. So when we all sew, if your hole is already biased, you don't want 2 stitches and 2 stitches, and we go back to stitch by stitch. Slowly we will correct the hole back to it. And it could be you. There is no alignment hole when sewing on the front side. Just let this hole. What you're wearing is the needle. It's already diagonal. It is possible that a hole was missed. So when we sew, that's when we sew this layer. Let's flip this hemming strip up and take a look. Align with the hole below and go through it. Then look for the hole here. This way, when we sew, we will ensure that we have 4 layers. This is the first hole, second hole, the third hole. Also turn over the fourth and fourth layers of holes. They are relatively aligned. When we sew to this position, just at first we were sewing the position of the fixed line at this position. Let me count for you. This is the center, and this is a hole. 1 2 3 4 when sewing to the fourth hole, we cut out the extra bit. When cutting it out, we cut it against this hole. Be careful not to cut this thread. Then we put another back strip in it. This back strip, we trim it on the sides. We're going to put this back strip and this hole. The hole sew now. Align with it. We will continue to sew down. At first, our position was not fixed, so it is easy to fail when the thread is a little loose. I tied a knot on this thread. I didn't find the right hole. Stitch by stitch is also very easy to sew. This location. When sewing to this position, when we put through this hole, this gap is equivalent to a hole. We continue to sew down needle by needle. The back of this and the seam of this and the front of this. Is the location the same? We can also sew it up by ourselves, and I am not going to do this needle by needle. Our second hemming strip and the first hemming strip, its first hole overlaps. And then we cut out the extra bit. After cutting it off, we sew a hole forward. Good to tighten the thread, and then we sew him back. When sewing back, this line will be difficult to pull. Use a little force. If these holes are all aligned, there is no problem pulling the wire. Then we put all the wires on the inside of this. Disconnect. Flatten it quickly. Then put what we just did to fix this inner edge and this outer edge. The extra thread is also cut off for it. Okay, we're done sewing the hole back. We're done sewing the hole back.